Hey, what's up, guys? I got a little story I want to tell you that kind of changed my whole perspective on this no raid in the House of Wolves expansion coming up next month. Now, in typical video game mega corporation fashion, they disappointed everyone with something that I think is just an incomplete raid. I know they wanted to put a raid in there, but it was incomplete. So, with that being said, I went to my local GameStop store. And before I go on, this gameplay you're seeing is my first Crucible match after 2 months of playing Destiny on a PS4, because I got a PS4 in the beginning of April, I believe. Okay, so maybe not 2 months, but a long time. I kind of quit Destiny, and I was playing Destiny on PS4, and coming back, it's like night and day. Maybe it's just me, but the controls... Holy Christ. As you can see, I'm just going all over the place. Anyway, so it's funny. We end up winning, but I'm just doing so bad. It's funny. Anyway, so I go to my local GameStop with my wife, and we're just chilling, and I think I'm going to buy a PS Vita game or something like that, because I just bought a Vita. And I hear some kind of commotion going on over near the front desk. I'm like, oh, whatever. I guess some guy just talking about something. And then he says Destiny. And I was like, oh, shit, okay, I gotta go over here and see what he's talking about. And I see that, you know, the game is on the counter there, and he's trading it in. I'm thinking, well, there's nothing big about that. But then he's starting to talk more, and he sees that he kind of assumes I'm a Destiny, you know, I play Destiny, you know. And he's talking about the raid, and he's like, I'm a raider, you know, I've got a guild, and me and my buddies, he's got a whole group of buddies, and they all play World of Warcraft, they raid in WoW, and, you know, just a big old community of his buddies who would raid in Destiny, which is great. It's so fun to raid with friends, and I've only raided with one friend on my PS4, and that's great, just to know that you're with a friend, and even in World of Warcraft, that's amazing. So anyway, I was like, yeah, so, oh, got a text, I tell him, yeah, you know, it's funny you say that, because I was watching an IGN video, a podcast that they do, about, will this affect Bungie players? Will this cause them to leave? And this guy, he basically reiterated what he was saying to the guy there working at GameStop, that he's done. Like, he paid, you know, he got the Ghost Edition like I did. I think it was like $100 and something, you know. He expects every expansion for there to be a raid, and I kind of felt that too. And what they were discussing in the IGN podcast was, did they ever officially announce there will be a raid, no matter what, in every expansion? And apparently somewhere on Reddit or one of those websites, that there was a statement that said, new Crucible maps, new this, new that, new raids in every expansion or something like that, but apparently not. Now, that really wasn't like a betrayal to me personally, because honestly, if you've watched any of my Destiny videos, you know that I play Destiny, and I made this YouTube channel for Destiny, but I made the YouTube channel for the story, and the story is garbage, it's atrocious, it's non-existent, and it's terrible. Anyway, but the gameplay is so fun that it keeps me playing. I still play just because the gameplay is so good. And that little slimmer of hope that maybe one day Destiny will actually have a story. Anyway. So, I got to thinking, well, I don't think Bungie ever made a promise. Now let's talk about, regardless of if they made a promise, is it still bad? I think it's bad. They're adding some arena mode that might just be a horde mode, and what people don't understand is this whole game is a horde mode. Oh my god, every time you summon your ghost to like hack a computer, it's just one big horde, and then you're done. That's the mission. And that just kills me to think that it might be that. I really don't think so. There's a lot of cool things they could do with this arena mode. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of any right now. However, oh, and my god, right here, like 40 seconds of no respawn. It was ridiculous. I was kind of lagging too. Maybe that was why I was doing so shit. But if they implement some level system, almost kind of like Bloodborne, the Chalice dungeons, you know, there are levels, and you keep going, and it changes, and it keeps changing and getting more difficult. If they do that, that would be great. But if it's a one-time 40-minute thing, then oh my god, this expansion is just going to be a disaster. I mean, granted, you have Crucible players like myself who love new maps. I absolutely loved the new maps in the Crota's end, but we'll see. Again, raiding is a huge deal. You know, you get your friends, and you all go into a large environment and just tackle these bosses, and it's so much fun. And the fact that they didn't add it, will it cause people to leave? Absolutely. This is what the guy said. This is the part of the story that I hope you all have watched the video up until this point, because it's kind of hilarious. He may have been exaggerating, but who knows? This guy said before he left that the guild leader of their World of Warcraft guild, and even their clan or whatever it is on Destiny, who organizes everything, he said he's taking the disc, breaking it in half, burying or catching on fire, I can't remember, doing something to one half of the disc, and mailing the other half to Bungie. That's a little much, but that's the devotion these players and myself have toward this game, and he felt betrayed. If you're a casual gamer, you probably won't understand that, and I know that's kind of an assumption that, you know, really all gamers are gamers. We're all like a family, almost, you know what I mean? But let's keep it real. There are the hardcore gamers who will just spend way more hours than normal traditional players into a game, because they're invested in it. You know, they want all the gear, or they want the best scores or whatever. They play constantly, like I do. Now, a casual gamer wouldn't affect them, but I'm telling you, this guy looked genuinely hurt, and it got me thinking, like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. You know, I've been sort of betrayed in a sense by some gaming companies, Blizzard, and I'm hoping Bungie can kind of come out of this rut that, let's keep it real, that they are in. They've upset people by the story. That probably caused thousands and thousands of people leaving. It almost got me to quit. I mean, Jesus Christ, if the Crucible wasn't there, oh man, this game would be just dead to me. So they have that going for them, and future raids. There's apparently that big codenamed Comet expansion. I don't even know what it is, but apparently it's humongous. It's just a giant amount of content, and we can understand. If you don't, I'm going to tell you right now. Yeah, terrible Nova Bomb there. If you don't know, Destiny was a huge game, but given into corporate demand, they cut the game down into the DLC, and even took stuff out just because, stuff that we should have seen already. Like, you can Google it, it's definitely there. You can YouTube it. Go to early, I'm talking like almost pre-alpha game footage, and there's tons of cinematic footage. And if you know me, I love the cinematics. If there were more cinematics, that would make the story a little bit better. There's a lot of cinematic videos of the Awoken and our character interacting with people that we have not seen, and it's footage from early game areas and things like that, like the Cosmodrome and stuff. So they took it out. Now, will we see it later? Maybe in DLC, but we all know, and if you don't, I'm saying it again, I'm reiterating this fact, because you have to understand that this game was marketed so well. This game was meant to be a multi-million-dollar IP. I mean, Christ, they spent what? I'm forgetting, maybe $30 million on the advertising alone, something like that. Some just insane draconian amount. It's just ridiculous, and we all bought into the hype. We really did. It's a great game, but there was not enough there, and it's the DLC that's really killing it. And again, we see it right now with this new piece we're getting with the House of Wolves. I call it incomplete. Even if Deej came to my house and said, nope, this was intentional, nah, I don't buy it, because you set up this huge game, you market it this big, and it's this incomplete. Nah, something's going on there. I mean, it's all about the money, but you know what? Look, we're gamers, and we play because it's fun, you know? I'm not going to rip the disc in half, you know? That guy obviously was stretched to his limits, I guess. And when you have a group of friends and all you do is raid, yeah, I get it. I would be really, really pissed off too, but anyway, that's the story. He just he said the story, and I was just listening with enthusiasm. I really was, because we were talking about raiding and WoW, and I was like, yeah, man, I understand. But my question to you guys, if you've made it this far, is does this piss you off to the point of quitting? I mean, I can see why. It's gotten to some people, and I live in Arkansas, okay? Probably, you know, rank 50 in, you know, people who, like, gamers, let's keep it real. I mean, you've got Boogie 2988, I think is his name, or Francis, who's from Arkansas, which is really cool. But it's just not a big populated area with people who are probably going to play a lot of video games. So this is just one guy that I saw just on a whim. I just happened to be in GameStop, and he was just infuriated. You know what I mean? So, are you guys going to quit? I mean, I won't. You know, I'm going to keep playing. I know there's 4 more Destiny games to come out, so I'm going to play them all. So, there's my story, and hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below what you think. You going to quit like he did? You going to burn your Destiny disc? This is so funny to think about. Alright, well, man, 1.75, not too good for first game back. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.